Days away from the start of the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, it'll be an important part of the campaign season that has been anything but normal. Most notably, Vice President Kamala Harris taking President Biden's place at the top of the ticket. NBC 10 political reporter Matt Pritchard is looking ahead at the big week.
1 month after balloons fell in Milwaukee, and it's time to rev up for another political convention. Democrats getting their turn in Chicago next week, posting a revamped 2024 ticket headlined by Vice President Kamala Harris.
Are you ready to make your voices heard?
When we fight, we win.
Dems from across Massachusetts making their way to the Windy City.
We have, 116 delegates, 8 alternates coming.
Expressing a sense of excitement heading into the week.
We actually are hearing from a ton of people who aren't delegates who are planning on coming to Chicago just to be there for that moment.
The 4-day event will feature several high-profile speakers. President Joe Biden, former presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, along with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Now, even with that lineup in mind,
what we're going to look for is at least a 3 to 4 point bump coming out of the convention.
Democratic strategist and Politics and Prosecco on Spark FM host Jaquetta Van Zandt says the real key will be holding momentum beyond the convention.
This is going to be a hard-fought race. This is not a done deal. I think that we won't know at 8:32 p.m. on Tuesday. I think we will have a night of nail-biting.
A challenge Steve Kerrigan says the Bay State is ready to tackle, looking towards November 5th and hoping to make history with Kamala Harris atop the ticket.
Next week's really important, but what we do when we get back is as important. And so it's the first time in 8 years when we've all been able to gather together and get those collective marching orders and then get back to our states.
All right, I'd like to introduce you to my 3-on-3 basketball team. Matt Pritchard here in the studio, as well as Sue O'Connell. The three of us are going to Chicago to cover the Democratic National Convention. Matt, you'll spend a lot of time on the floor, so we look forward to your coverage there. Sue, you and I will be spending some time together. What can folks expect from us?
Well, what I'm going to be doing is going to the bar and pretend to be day drinking so that I can actually collect intel from people.
That's where it all happens.
Happening.
You think
and I'm
she's
actually
kidding.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And I'm also going to go to McCormick Park, where the Demapalooza is happening, where you don't need to be credentialed. It's going to be free, like the tons of people that Steve Kerrigan's talking about, where you can go and experience and talk to folks who are there, who aren't delegates, who have traveled there to be part of this historic Democratic National Convention. You can also get a Kamala Harris manicure, I'm told.
Is that right?
Yes, and there might be friend bracelets, all sorts of things. So I'm going to do that. What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to maybe cover the protests. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be
you leave that to me.
That's all right. You're going to be our leader throughout the entire.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you'll be tuning in for our coverage. You guys, I'll see you on the flight. I call the aisle seat.
That sounds
You
good.
got it.
And NBC10 Boston's live coverage from the Democratic National Convention in Chicago begins this Sunday. As you heard, Matt, Sue, and I will be there all week.